thanks, man. Okay. Hello, everybody. Let's see if we're live. Okay, good, we're live. Working, just doing a little breakfast this morning for the ladies. I'm gonna grab some microphones. Got a couple things going on this morning here. Thank you for hitting the like, sharing the stream. We really appreciate that. Joy likes these little, like, she calls them nibblers. But, you know. All right, hold on. Okay, I also need to get a quick little, what do you call it? Hey, Janet Mitchell, what's going on? Hey guys, hey Sparrow, hello. I'm getting my microphone, hold on. Hello, Happy New Year's, Dutch on. Can you guys still hear me? Good. All right, Happy New Year's, man. It's been a minute. We got some things we're trying to do here. Let's see, I got a text from my mechanic. I think we're gonna go talk to the Porsche guys today. Hold on. I have to text my mechanic real quick.
Whoa.
Okay. Sorry guys, I have to text someone real quick. Okay. Man, it's cold everywhere, you guys. You guys all staying warm out there? Wow. I can't believe the weather. All those canceled flights and everything. It's been absolutely crazy out there. Clean the stove. Yeah, okay. It's a good idea. But for now, what we're doing is we're going to make breakfast. I'm going to use my left hand. That way, it reaches across. See, if you use your right hand, you know, it blocks whatever I'm cooking. So it's very important to be amphibious. An amphibious being when you're cooking on TV. Be able to use both your left and your right. Now for the ladies, let's see what I want to make for the ladies here. We got some eggs. I'm gonna go shopping here later, and also we have some sausage. What do you want, sausage or steak? Let me ask you that. I bet she wants steak. What's for lunch? Well, we're actually doing breakfast, so I'm trying to decide if Annette wants steak for breakfast or sausage. And Joy and I are going to have some beef burgers, and we're going to have some eggs. Thank you all for hitting the likes, sharing the stream. Yep. This is the olive oil. Someone was asking us if we like this olive oil. And yeah. You would like the steak? Absolutely, Buddha and Pack. That's the olive oil. All right. Yeah, Joy's just running around. She's just doing chores right now. This is going to be Joy's breakfast right here. Let me go ask Annette what she wants. Annette, do you want steak and eggs or sausage and eggs for breakfast?
How about steak?
Steak and eggs?
Yeah.
You got it. Oh yeah, it's a little tablecloth. Yeah. For the I'll show the. It's a placemat. So when she's sitting at the table, she can sit there. Here, I'll show you what we got. Okay, so she was asking what this was. Is I got this. This is a what do you call it? Like placemats, and I'm gonna put these down because when Annette sits here at the table, it's just she's just sitting on this. She likes to eat here. So I thought this would be steak and eggs with hot sauce. Oh man, that does sound good. Some hot sauce and hash browns. Absolutely. So I'll put this down, and I think it's supposed to be non-skid. If they skid, I'm going to send them back. I don't know if I like them. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see about those. Hey guys, thanks for joining the Discord too. Appreciate it. Oh. We got this bread on sale too. It's whole grains. Oh man. And then this is the ground beef we got today. Joy prefers Sprouts Organics. This came from Whole Foods out on the West Coast. We get what's called organic rancher. It's a little different on the East Coast depending on what you guys get. We noticed in New York we had different brands. There's Nature's Ranchers and Organic Rancher. Joy prefers this one over the Nature's Rancher. She says it just tastes better. So I'm cooking a net steak there. I'm going to throw a couple sausages on for later. We'll let those cook. And then we're going to do the eggs here in a minute. All right. Dragon Spirit, no way. It's the smiley face of meats, right on. Dragon Spirit, did you Discord me some currency buys the other day? Was that you? Someone sent me a list of buys, some currency buys that I should get in on, and then when I went to go research it, it was deleted. I don't know if you didn't mean to send it to me, or maybe if you're not even the right person. But I was very, very interested in it. Oh, you call that bad weather, man? I long for that weather. I think that's awesome weather. I think it looks awesome out there. Smiley face. All right. Sorry, I'm coordinating some stuff with the Porsche right now. Cooking in the kitchen. are. Love it. I know what a weird concept. Cooking in the kitchen. Here's Joy's. Let me go run this to Joy real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah. Okay, so the guy, we're towing the Porsche to the mechanic today to get a test done on it, and the guy who towed it here last time, he was the last one who had the key, and he said he put the key on the seat. We couldn't find it, so he's coming over today, and so hopefully he can find it. Otherwise, I don't know what's entailed in making a key for an old car like that, but I'm going to be pretty irritated if he lost the key. I got another channel. We're documenting the restoration of that. Not even restoration, just this whole fiasco with the Porsche. What? Yeah, I got my message. Yeah. Yeah, I see it. So we're cooking those steaks for Joy. By the way, so yeah, that channel is called My 911S. No, My Porsche 911S is on YouTube. You can go check that one out. You still got the jalopy? What's a jalopy? Hey, no way! Happy New Year, gobbledygook. Yes, you made it. You made it another year with me. Man. You know, we got to stick together. You know what I mean? It's like one of the things. It's like, I mean, I imagine, you know, during some of those periods of time, people like banded together, not because they liked each other, because they had to. You know what I'm saying? I can't say too much because, you know. Barely. Oh, well, you know how it goes. We've got tons of haters. We've got tons of... No way, BB's here. Oh my gosh, Happy New Year, BB. How are you? I was just thinking, well, about a month ago now. I was just thinking about like something. Now I can't remember what it was. That's how old I am. Do you ever notice the old people? It's the old people that always say, let bygones be bygones. Yeah, because you can't remember. If like you were 25, you'd be pissed off, and just like I am right now. But no, you're old, and you can't even remember what you did yesterday. I'm just kidding, of course. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. That's all I gotta say. Did I? Yes, I did. I did, 100%. Thank you for asking. You know, another thing, as you get older, like when you're, okay, these are just my own, I'm just throwing some observations out. Like, when I was younger, it was like cars were like the biggest thing, you know what I mean? Getting a really cool car or other things, you know? And then, but now, what was your name? Bite Bay. Bite Bay is way ahead of the game. Totally underrated. Cars, overrated. Early morning, first thing, totally underrated. And these sausages are slippery. LOL. Cool. Okay. Just John. Oh, hi, Mary. Mary, Mary, what you cooking? Is that what that's from? Is that how that goes? It's Run DMC. You guys know the song I'm talking about? Her name says Mary, Mary, and the first thought that comes to my mind is Mary, Mary. What? I got it. Cool. What? Let me ask you a question. Now, I like to think I'm special, often. BB and the rest of the Gobbly, they all know that. It's actually something I'm working on. But am I special? Did I get that? Did everybody else pick up on that too? Yeah, why you bugging? Thank you. That's what it is. Why you bugging? I haven't heard that in like 30 years, at least. Gobbly, I am special. Not the kind of special I wanted, Gobbly. Not that, you know what I mean. Anyways. Rich is, yeah, exactly, just John. Right, there he goes. Rich is special, all right. It's kind of like if I go around thinking I'm a genius, just because when at my job, my boss said, "Why did you do that, genius?" And I'm like, "Oh, I guess I'm a genius." No, not the same. So I started. So we started. Oh my gosh, we started a lot of things. I wonder how much longer on this steak I need. Okay, I think that's about right. I don't know where this tow truck driver guy is. I hope he's coming soon. I got these new plates. I noticed your channel has strong potential but needs a bigger audience. Oh, you guys can't see. I'm getting this long message on my Kick. Okay. La la. Now I'm going to make their eggs real quick. I was going to make all 5. I know it's not an even number, but I got to go to the grocery store today. Okay. Am I on a... well, you know... I primarily just, stick with what is the daily recommended, Damn, Gloria working on her port, I see. Is it driving? Oh, you mean over here? No, it's not. And that's the whole thing. And thank you for noticing. I mean, this whole thing is, well... You could look at it one of two ways. It could be like a growth period for Joy to overcome some things, or also it could be punishment. Like maybe she got tagged or something, and this is what she has to deal with. Two sets of 2 sets of skizzers. Oh, but surely I jest, you guys. Mary, Mary, why you bugging? Dit, dit, dit. The dishwasher, Daniel Roy, love it. Look at this thing. It's probably the nicest thing in this kitchen. Eventually, we're gonna expand. I mean, it's work in progress. But look at that. Look how clean that is, huh? Shiny, super clean. You went, the closet. Oh, gosh. She doesn't come out here much. She kind of, lets it be. She just okay, this is not her area here. So just be I'm just going to avoid that area of the house. Sorry guys, I got caught flipping the eggs here while you guys are staring at the dishwasher. But you know what? Honestly, I've looked at a lot of dishwashers, and even the more expensive ones. I mean, there's only so much you can do with the dishwasher, you know? I mean, this thing has these steam jets, which I thought was pretty unique. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. But other than that, pretty much they look like the same dishwashers that my parents had in 1970. Anybody else have that experience? I mean, am I missing something? Okay. Eggs. Yeah, fancy dishwasher. Right. That's what I'm saying, man. It's I thought we did good. I was very, very impressed with my ability to finance these things. Bless you over there. Piece of toast. All right. I've got the same dishwasher that I had in the 1970s. Huh. You had 3 dishwashers? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to trim these up. See, that's why I got these things for, because these plates slide all over the place when we're trying to cut them. But these are supposed to be non-skid. Okay. I guess it does work pretty good. Okay, hold on. I'm going to run this over to Gloria real quick. But that's going to be her breakfast here. Just some steak and eggs, a little toast. Throw that U-bend kind of dishwasher soup. Hey! That's not a bad idea. Now you're talking.
When you need to remember.
Thank you.
Buenas. Ah. Let me get some of these things out of your way.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you, Richard.
You bet. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna fire off my burgers now. Gobbledygook gook. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna deal with that in a minute. Smash burgers. Pepper. Hey, good morning, Lily. Thank you so much. You know, I mean, these are great meals. These are very, 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 very great meals. Let me make sure. Okay. Is it good? Is that enough? Is that too much steak for you, or is it too much? You'll eat it all? Okay, good. All right. So now, let's get a nice breakfast ready here. So what's new in 2026? Is there a revolution on the way? Is there anything going on there? With the youth? You guys do anything exciting? Or is it just status quo another year? Okay. All right. Steak and eggs. Let's go find Nettie. Nettie, breakfast. Oh, great. Perfect. Hey, you guys want to talk to Joy for 10 minutes? She wants to give you a quick update on everything that's going on. An update what's going on. So, Annette's going to have her breakfast here. I'm cooking my burgers over here. There's Annette. Hi, everybody. All right, what do you want to drink, babe? Diet Coke, juice. Do you want to go to the store with me after breakfast?
All right.
Okay.
In Marseille. I was like, I've got a day, I'm going to go hiking on my own. I've got an Uber. I'm wild for
You're just sitting there.
Who is?
You're just sitting there.
What's he doing?
Are you done with that phone? Are you still using that phone? Oh, sorry, Casper.
Yeah, you can use it. Here, you can use this microphone. I'll have my breakfast. You gotta sit up here.
Let me get this going. I didn't have this part set up. No, I didn't have this set up. Hey, everybody, I'm getting the... Wait, you have the microphone. Oh, no, there it is. Oh, that's not gonna work. It's gonna block you guys. Alright, you guys have to go on the other side of this. Hello, everyone. Hold on a minute. Give me a second. Getting my light here. Lights, camera, action. Oh, I'll put this on so you guys can hear me, sir. Hold on a minute. I'm getting my lights. Say hi to all y'all. It's been a minute. I missed you guys. Oh my gosh, has Rich told you guys about his bets yesterday? Rich, oh my gosh, exciting. Holy crap. Okay, can you help me with that? Okay, let me sit down, let me get my shoes on. Oh, I need that other phone unless you're using it. Yeah, my music. Alrighty, everybody. Sorry, I wasn't as ready as I thought I was. Excuse me. Intermission here. I'm getting there. Get myself ready here. So many little things to do. Just sit down the vlog. Oh, you took the phone again.
The birds are loving it out there.
Oh, except for one guy has both hummingbird feeders.
He took them over.
Yeah, one guy has. You still have that phone. Can you have that one and use the purple one? No, just let him have a little monkey. Is Jerry coming?
I hope so. I don't know what happened.
Grab that purple.
Oops, sorry.
Well, I guess he might call on this one, so I better leave this one. Grab the purple phone, because he's blue, right?
You'll know if he calls. You'll see.
Yeah, I know.
Just let him know if he calls.
All right. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, let me see. I guess I am like on this. Oh, now I'm on a Taylor Swift kick.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
Tay McRae.
Yeah, she got the boot a while back.
Whatever happened to G-Eazy?
G-Eazy way got the boot.
Why?
I don't listen to
What
him.
happened?
I don't know. He was a minute.
He just lost his.
Minute.
More to you.
He was just a minute I had there. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I can handle that music always.
Okay, BB's here. Gobbledygook's here.
Hello, everyone.
The whole gang's here.
Hello. It's been a long time. Oh my gosh. Oh, we've been going to the morning meetings. So wonderful. I went this morning, and it's so good because I lately, since this last year, you know that I drank on and off.
Okay, I'm gonna be out here working.
Okay, yeah. Oh, Casper. He's such a, he's like turning over his bowls. We don't give him kibbles anymore, so he like turns over the bowls. He rips apart his like litter box and stuff. He's such a little tyrant. He just threw his bowl everywhere. Whatever. That's my buddy. But anyways, I got a little bit lazy with not waking up as early because we used to always wake up really, really early. And I don't know, didn't want to get out of bed. I was a little bit depressed, you know, because I've been dealing with, the addiction on and off, and this 2025 was not a good year for me. 2026 has been much better. So, but I still was having like trouble, like just wanting to sleep like all day, I guess. And now we go to a 7 a.m. meeting, so it's so good because like I'll see it's time to get up, because most of the time I don't even set an alarm, I just wake up. But lately now I've been setting alarms because I'm like, I want to make sure I make my meeting. But I haven't missed it. Like even if I don't set an alarm, I always wake up in time. But now I have a little more time to get ready, so I set an alarm for like 5 or 5:30. And because I have to do things in the morning and stuff, and I don't want to shower. And so the alarm will go off, and I'm like, because we could go at any time to the meetings. They're all day. In Vegas, they're like all day long. I mean, it's like, pick any time pretty much you can go. Within probably a half hour, there's a meeting or something. But I really like going in the morning. I think it's important, like, to set my day right and stuff. And I just feel really good every day. So I'm in a really good mood today because we went this morning. And it's been a little bit tough because we've had to have a lot of faith with business in Vegas. And it's been coming through. But it's been scary because I canceled my trip to New York because I felt my sobriety was more important. And in the past, it wasn't an option. Like, because Vegas, there was no business. It was so like quiet here, since the pandemic. There's been moments, but overall it's been pretty quiet. But it's starting to this year, feels like it's picking up a bit. And they're building that guitar, which is actually coming together really cool. I don't know if you guys know that. So Hard Rock used to be on Harmon, which is Harmon, and it was Harmon and Cobalt, which is just a little bit behind like the main strip, like about 2 streets behind, and so they weren't ever really like on the strip. And then they sold to, now it's Virgin. So they are now on the strip, but they're building a huge guitar. I don't know if you guys know about this. And they're getting rid of the Mirage, which made me kind of sad because I actually really like the Mirage. And I've been there a lot of times. And they had the Atrium. And it was a Steve Wynn had made the Mirage, same with the Bellagio, before the Wynn and Encore. And I loved it. And I'm really sad, like, I'm watching them tear it down now, like, very sad. But the guitar is pretty cool. Richard's been documenting the guitar and putting it up, mainly to Twitter. We mainly do that stuff on, I still call it Twitter, X. Because, that's just for fun over there. But we used to do more Vegas stuff over there. On this channel, people don't really seem to care that much about the Vegas stuff. I think he's been putting a little bit of it up, but people don't seem to be that interested. But on X, I guess they call it now, we used to have kind of like a more Vegas following. I still post to my ex, but I don't know. I don't like that platform anymore. It was so much better when it was Twitter. Anyways, I don't really do too much social media these days. I feel like but I do try to post daily. Yeah, I feel like it just makes me happy to post.
You like creating
to things, like even if I'm not looking outward as much, because I see, you scroll through the feeds and stuff. I don't seem to do that as much with a lot of the platforms, but I do still like posting. I don't know why. It's just kind of my method of expression, I guess. And some people hate my posts, some people love them, whatever. I don't really care about the feedback on it. It's more just an expression for me. So I do find when I get depressed, I don't want to post, and when I'm happy, I do want to post. So I do think it's a positive thing when I'm posting. Like I don't, but I find if I'm looking out too much, it can be negative for me. Because I either hate on people or I love on them, but then if I love on them, I might be like jealous, like, or whatever. But then if I hate on them, that's not good, So it's like, you're gonna judge in one way, and especially if you're like I'm not talking like regular people, I'm talking like celebrities, Where you're like, oh, look at that celebrity, I was reading some stuff about like Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, and people say they're not together or whatever, but I'm just like, why am I even reading this, It doesn't matter to me, to my life, and I'm just like speculating with other people's speculations. But it's just funny how we get into that kind of stuff, you know? But anyways, we have been betting, okay, on basketball. And I haven't been doing that well on basketball. Okay, but what was it? Did I finally win basketball or football? My bet was the one the day before. we can't remember. We had it on a lot of stuff. But anyways, 2 days ago, I finally hit a good parlay that was like a $2 bet that paid out like $2.50. But get this, it was going to pay $2.87, and I needed one more thing. It was basketball. Yeah, because it was UCLA, and they were dominating, and I had UCLA. And it was going to pay $2.87 on a $2 bet. No, if you do enough, it was an 8-leg parlay. I had 7 of the legs. And so they said, well, I'll give you $2.50 right now for your bet. They'll do that because it's online betting with like it's Caesars or MGM, whatever. We do both. And they'll start giving you offers as you get closer, if you're close to winning. So the final thing was going to be like $2.87. And so it offered $2.50. And I said, you know what, Richard, let's not get greedy because we need the money right now. Let's just take it. So we took it, and then I did win the whole thing, but you don't get the rest, you know. But I was like, oh, man, bummer, you know, that not the bummer, but it was just more like, because we were like, oh, I should have just let it go because I did win it, you know. And that was more, it was more not about as money as much as like $30, but more about like the winning. So then yesterday, Richard made a bunch of these bets on, we were watching mainly the football games, the last 2 before the Super Bowl, you know. And we've made all these crazy bets. They were like dollar bets, okay? Richard won like 4 of them yesterday. We won like $400 on doing dollar bets. We were like, what? And we waited too because they were giving him offers and stuff. And I said, you know what? Just wait. Let's not do what we did. And he waited and he won all 4. And like they were like a dollar bet that won like $100 because they were like huge, like all these things. He put so many categories of things. And we picked 6 players that got touchdowns because I would helped with one of them, but they're mainly his bets. But one of them was mine, so I won 1, and then he won 3 more. But we picked 6 players that got the touchdowns on the 2 different games, and then Richard picked the first player to get the touchdown on the second game for what was it? Seattle? Was it Seattle on that one? Yeah, it was the Williams the third or something, right? Walker the third. But it was a good day for us because it was really cool because, you know, we were thinking, like, we were even planning on maybe going to LA this weekend. And we still might this coming weekend. But like little things like that are helping, and we do kind of equate it to like doing the right thing of like going to our meetings and stuff. Like it's just weird, like because we never win like that. We've never won the good ones. If we win, we'll be like, you know, the little ones. And these were like huge parlays. We're like huge ones. His were like 9-10 leg parlays. I mean, to win that $100 on a dollar takes a lot. I don't know if you know that with sports betting. Usually they'll give you like you'll win like $4 on a $10 thing. You're like, you know, stupid, you know. But little things like that, and then I've been getting some business. I have a client that drives me nuts for not letting me know in advance that he's coming, and sometimes I'll be asleep when he lets me know he's here. And so we thought that happened last night too, and it just was like, darn it. And then he's like, no, I'm coming today. I was like, or tomorrow. And so I was like, oh, look at that. Like, that's what I've been wanting him to do all these years. And he finally did it. And that's why I didn't expect it. I didn't know that because he didn't say that. He just says, hey, or whatever. And just little things like that are kind of like reminders, like when you feel like you're doing the right thing, like things line up better. But right now we're dealing with this Porsche. We got the guy, he's supposed to be coming. Well, that was something we messed up on. We've been napping a lot because, I'm still kind of in recovery. You know, it's my first 30 days here. And I just have been taking the time to rest when I felt I needed to. Like if I'm not doing something, like we've been busy too, but like if there's time where I'll just rest. And so it was one of the times we were napping and we forgot he was coming to tow the car. And so now he's supposed to come today, but hopefully he doesn't flake on us this time because we flaked on him last time. We're like, But
He's on his way.
okay, good. He says it's on its way. So we have to tow the Porsche for them to get a diagnostic, to then get the lawsuit. Richard's already got the lawsuit going. We sent the guy the letter about the lawsuit for the Porsche, so we got that in the works. But all these things cost money, and to get the money back that we already paid. So we're trying to get the money back that we already paid, but you have to pay money out to get the money. So it's little things like that can be a pain. And then Christmas, set us back in it. So we just kind of were getting caught up from Christmas, but now I'm not going to New York, so that's why it's been a little bit harder. But Vegas has been coming through for us, and I've not had to go back to LA or New York this whole month, and I was supposed to go to New York. I actually lost out on my round trip ticket. Actually, we didn't even buy it round trip. We got it separately, but we had paid for them, and it was refundable to get with the hotel, but not the airfare. So I had to forgo the airfare, but I felt it was better to stay here.
Hey, Scooters is here. He says Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year. Yeah, hey, Scooters. Yeah, this has been a really good year for us. Me and Richard love our meetings. Oh my gosh. We're like the celebrities
We're
there.
very lucky here.
Because you have to raise your hand for the first 30 days,
You haven't really given it much thought, but they don't understand, but it's like we've been to meetings in other towns.
Yeah, it's really good here.
Here is like there's something.
Yeah, I've been to meetings in Oregon and in Washington. I never went in California because I was young when I lived in California. So, and then when I only lived there for like a month or two when I got out of the Air Force. And
So happy
yeah, so I wasn't dealing with alcohol when I was in California. But in Washington and Oregon, I went to meetings, and they were decent there. I mean, I didn't mind them, but they're way better here in Nevada, and that's the 3 states that I've been to. But this one meeting we go to is so good, and it is so big. On weekends, it's insanely big. Like sometimes not even a chair left in the room.
Punky's daughter went to her
They do
first
it at a
meeting
church,
last night.
and it's not in the like big part of the church. It's in one of the rooms, but it's just a great. And then they do Zoom, so you have all the people in the room, and then you have all the people on the computers, and they put their screens on, so you see all the little people, And this meeting, you just go around the room, and it never goes all the way around the room because there's so many people. Within the hour, you don't get around the room, which is kind of great because it's a lot of the meetings you have to choose if you want to share. This one, you don't know if you're going to or not. It just depends on the way. Whoever starts and wherever it ends. So like today we were like 2 away from, we would have shared, but the time ended. And we've shared a bunch of times. Me and Rich always sit next to each other. So it's usually, I don't think there's been a time where like stop right in between us. But we've gone to the meetings by ourselves too. But they kind of know us together now. So they're like, when you're new, you raise your hand. So there's only us and like one other guy who's been new at this meeting, so they always comment about us. So I'm like, I'm going to be happy to not have to keep raising my hand pretty soon, so coming up on that. I don't mind, but I also am kind of a shy person. So it's like that people will comment to you every time because you're new. And they probably still will because we're still kind of like the newest people. But I really enjoy the meetings. And everything's going really well here. I love the new dishwasher, actually. I didn't want one. Richard really wanted one. And I was like, we don't need a dishwasher. We need so many other things besides a dishwasher is what I thought. And we got it on credit, so I know we're paying it off. But it's a one that there's no interest if we paid off a certain amount of time. But which I think is like 2 years or something. If you pay off in like 2 years, then you don't have interest. But now I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. This one is so good that all you have to do is just kind of like do like one little rinse and you just pop everything in there and they come out clean. I was like I was arguing with Rich that you have to clean it before you put it in there. And he's like, just try. And I was like, I'm not going to put a bunch of dirty stuff in there. And then finally I tried it a couple times and I'm like, oh man, that does clean it. Especially like the plates and stuff I always kind of clean off, but like the things like the pans, you know, like the not like the cooking, I'm thinking like the Pyrex ones, like when Gloria uses those ones that you bake with, like she makes the chicken in those. Those ones are always just a pain in the ass because there's so much grease in there too from the chicken, and I hate cleaning those ones. And so like those you just pop in there. I'm like, oh, it's fabulous. And ours has like the 3 layers. So the top layer you can put like knives and spatulas and stuff. I love the thing. But now Gloria won't use it, and she wants to do the dishes all the time. It's the funniest thing. So, like, I now do the dishwasher. I'm, like, loading everything in there. I'm, like, I run it every day. I'm, like, loading it. I don't even do the dishes anymore. I just, like, we would rinse them off. And then, now Gloria will sit there and do all this. She'll be like, you can put them in the dishwasher. She was so funny. For years, she never did the dishes, and now we have a dishwasher, and now she does the dishes. It's just so funny. I was like, you didn't have to. Because I ended up just putting them in the dishwasher anyways to sanitize them. Yeah, it's really nice. It's like clean. It's really nice now. And that thing, it smells good every morning because, you know, I run it at night.
Should have not put grease in the dishwasher, but
We don't like straight up put grease in. I rinse everything a bit, but I'm just saying you don't have to. I thought you had to get it much cleaner, like scrub it. I don't just like pour like the food in there and stuff. I'm not saying like that. I'm not, you know, we rinse it in the sink and then, but I thought you had to get everything scrubbed down and kind of just more use it as a sanitizer. Because when I was a dishwasher, it was my first career. When I was 15. Actually, I had done other things before that. I had babysat for many years and cleaned house with my mom and cleaned my school. But when I got my first legal job of like where you can actually have you get your work permit from school and stuff, that was as a dishwasher. And you had to clean everything and then just use the dishwasher to sanitize. At restaurants, at least, that's how it was. I wasn't like, plop all the dirty stuff in the dishwasher. It was like clean everything, then sanitize it in the dishwasher. But it seems like the ones at home, you can be a little dirtier. Not just like it seems like it cleans it pretty good. I don't know. I love it. I'm so happy with it. But let's see what else is going on. I'm trying to think. We haven't talked to you guys in a while, but we have been really busy, honestly. Vegas has actually picked up quite a bit, at least for January. Fingers crossed it holds up for the rest of the year. But January is a good month for Vegas because they have that like consumer electronics show, CES, and they have quite a few. They have like this concrete convention. So they have a lot of conventions that come through. That brings a lot of business to Vegas because a lot of people don't realize that most of Vegas business actually was coming from the conventions. It wasn't just from like tourists here or like bachelorette parties or bachelor parties, you know. It was mainly people coming for conventions and then staying in the hotels and then, you know, having fun while they're working as well, you know, like here for work and fun kind of thing.
you know, Joy.
Yeah.
Sorry, but remember that tweet I was telling you about the one with the spear?
Yeah.
350,000 views now.
Wow. What was it that you were talking about?
I was just showing how it looked in the
Oh, just a thing of the sphere. Oh, that's cool.
the sphere.
Wow, that's cool. See, Vegas must be well, you know, everything we watch on TV is like all Vegas. Like with the sports and stuff, it's like nonstop Vegas. They're bringing all the sporting events here so that when you watch the sporting events at home, you keep hearing Vegas over and over and over, and people go, oh, I should go on a trip to Vegas. That's kind of, I think they're trying to get in people's head like a lot to remind people to come back to Vegas. And it seems to be working a bit. I mean, this is the best year since the pandemic. And I have not had to go anywhere yet. Knock on wood. We might have to go to LA. We keep saying that, but like we thought for sure we had to go this weekend. And then now I've had a little more business than I expected. And, you know, I had some people that I was seeing regularly that have moved too. So like there's been a lot of changes that, you know, like a lot of hiccups and stuff, you know, and Richard's got his thing going, but we're still kind of, you know, in the process of transitioning. But, it's really been fortunate that Vegas has been.
I'm pretty excited right now. 'Cause look, just look at the.
Is it just keep taking off?
Look at the hearts for a second.
Whoa!
See how the hearts are going? Do you see them moving?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, when it goes.
Oh
on
yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, on Twitter, it's fun on Twitter because you see the hearts.
That's
in
really cool.
real
We
time.
still call it Twitter. I've actually been on Twitter X since I think it was 2009 or 10, whenever it was when it first started. But
Michelle says that you're making people believe that anything is possible. I mean, I don't. No, I mean, she said it better than that. She said, "Just ask myself how y'all were doing. I'm so happy to hear all is well. It's encouraging me to myself that you're all just love that anything is with love that anything is possible."
Thank you. I appreciate the positive feedback. Yeah. No, we we kind of stopped doing the blogging as much. It actually has. We miss it, but it's also been good because it was kind of taking over our lives quite a bit, and we were focusing on it so much. So we've actually just gotten so many things done, honestly, that had been on the back burner, like this Porsche thing and stuff. We've just been dealing with that. I mean, we've had to do a lot of stuff with that. Like we had to go to DMV for it. We had to go to the lawyers for it, and then we have to get now the car towed to our mechanic to have it diagnosed, and then we have to have it towed back home, and then we have to do all these, he's been doing tons of paperwork and stuff for this lawsuit. So fingers crossed it comes through, but we kind of had to at least try because they really did screw us over. But you never know how these things are gonna pan out. But it's frustrating because all these things cost money, like, to get a diagnosis, to have the car towed, all these things. So we're hoping it does pan out, but it doesn't make sense to not do it either because
You got to borrow your phone. You got to show us.
because the guy's really screwed us over. I mean, $10,000 in the car we had to tow out. And we've towed this car so many times. The same guy. But the problem, here's another problem. Should I even tell them that problem? Another problem?
Oh, we don't know it's a problem yet until he gets here. But yeah, you can
Well,
mention
it's been towed by the same guy, but here, that's in my ear, but I'll take it out. Richard, that was in my ear. I'll take it out though.
Okay. I gotta do a quick video.
Okay, let me put it with hold.
Go ahead and borrow it.
Let me just take this because it's probably using this as a microphone. Just stop for a second. Okay. They didn't give us the key back the last time. The last time it was towed, and it's the same guy, and so and the same mechanic. So we're like, between one of you guys still have the key, because the car was towed from that mechanic's shop, not the one that we were suing. We already had it towed from the other mechanic to our other mechanic, and he's the one that first was like, this car got really messed up. So you have to sue these guys, and so then we had to have it towed from his shop to our house. And we've been telling him he didn't give us the key back. And he's like, I put it under the door, under the floor mat. We're like, nope, it's not there. And so we're like, one of you guys has the key to a really old car. It's going to be a real pain in the ass. I mean, maybe it won't be as big of a pain in the ass if we have to get it rekeyed because it's older. I don't know. It's probably much more affordable than the newer ones. But it's an old, it's like a 1979. So, it's just a pain in the ass. And it's like, well, one of you guys has the key, so we're dealing with that. They gotta try to find the key now between the two of them.
Okay. Yeah, you can have this back.
But at least it's going to the same people. So we're like, the key was last with you guys. You're the last one that touched the key.
Yeah, we'll have to call. Danny wants us to call a locksmith first, so. It's between those two guys, though.
I know, those two have the key.
It's so irritating.
It's so irritating.
I mean, between that mechanic, now these two guys, they're all just so.
Mechanics
Vegas
are not always the best.
Vegas. I don't think
Vegas.
this would have happened in
We have had the worst mechanics since we've been in Vegas. Like, we've changed mechanics so many times. I mean, the one we have now is the best, but it's crap like this. Like, we don't have it. We're like, you guys had the car last. Like, you guys are the last ones that in any way were diagnosing the car. And we've never had the key since then. So it's such a pain in the ass. But all this kind of stuff we've dealt with. But anyways, Gloria and Annette are doing really good. Annette is becoming extremely independent, although she really likes when Richard makes her meals. Richard pretty much does all the meals now, and that she still really likes. She does not like, because sometimes in the mornings, depending on like we went to a meeting, and then I had to work right after that yesterday. So like we didn't get home till later. And before we left, Annette, was sleeping. So by the time we got home, like sometimes Gloria will make a little bit of something, but Annette's not as big a fan, And so she really likes when Richard especially makes her steak. She loves her steak, so she's been loving that. And like last night, I saw her sitting in the room, and I said, Annette, do you need any cigarettes? Do you need any money? And she says, oh, that'd be good. And so I'm like, yeah, let us know. Because she likes to now go get her own cigarettes, so we don't always know when she runs out. And so I said, let me see, what cash we have. And we only had like $13. I said, oh, because we like to usually give her like at least like $25. And she, or more, if we have more, we'll give her, $40 or we have. But I said, I only have 13. She said, oh, that's funny. And so she actually, for like $10, but she's just so funny. So we're going to get her some more cash today. We like her to always have cash now, because she just goes and gets her own thing, because she has an ID now. And she really likes that. It gives her like a real sense of independence. So we don't buy her cigarettes anymore. I mean, we buy them in the sense of the money, but we don't have to go in person to get them, which is nice, because I never liked going, because I'm not a smoker. So I'm always like, I felt awkward like buying cigarettes when I've literally never smoked a cigarette in my life. And I would go so often for Annette, and we'd buy them by the 3-pack. We should have been buying them by the case, but but now she likes to do it. She buys it the most expensive way too. She doesn't even go where we'd buy them the 3-pack because it was cheaper that way. At this one place, they were cheaper too, the little casino. But now it goes like to the Walgreens, it's like the most expensive. But we're like, you know what? Just let her. And she just buys 1 pack at a time. But it just gives her a sense of freedom and something to do. And better she didn't smoke, but she only smokes outside now, which is really nice. She used to smoke inside, which I hate smoke, but she only smokes outside. And she smokes a lot less, so that's good. Her and Gloria have still been going dancing pretty much every time that they can. If we do go to like LA, then they can't go dancing. We've offered to get them like an Uber, but they don't want to do that. But we haven't gone this month, so they've been going dancing. This last Friday, Annette didn't want to go because she was really tired, but Gloria still went. Gloria loves her dancing, and Gloria's still been going to the gym every day. She loves going to little ladies over there. Everything has been going really well around the house. The more I'm sober, probably everything runs much smoother. And I'm enjoying being sober. I like it. I feel good. What's the biggest thing that I really like, honestly, I was realizing, is like waking up and not having to like worry how awful I might look in the morning. I mean, I never look great in the morning, but like when I was drinking, I didn't know what situation was going to be in the mirror in the morning, like, because it sometimes was really bad and also I didn't know how many like bruises I might have or cuts or scrapes. That sometimes I would know from the day before because I'd fallen when I was drunk, and I didn't know, because you're drunk, you don't feel it, and then I didn't feel it until you wake up, and then I'd look in the mirror, and like one time it took me a couple days, it was when I was in New York, to realize I had like a massive bruise on my leg that I'd, fallen, and oh my gosh. I didn't even see it was on the back of my leg. I saw it in the mirror, what? And oh my gosh. And it just, you never kind of knew, I never knew what travesty was going to be in the morning. So it's really nice to wake up and just be like, all right, I look decent enough, like, not like, oh my gosh, I can't even open my eyes or something. So I like that. And, we're just feeling much more positive about life. Like me and Rich try to really catch each other if we start to criticize people.
My tweet's going.
Oh, his tweet is going viral.
Once in a while we get one. Once in a while.
Yeah, and we're trying to be really positive. Like even Richard just said like a couple times, like, do you want to do a blog like where it was like bitching about something? I said, no, I don't really want to do that anymore. And I think in AA, they really teach you to just have positivity and positive thoughts, and and treat people with kindness and stuff. And so like bitching about someone all day is not treating people with kindness. And that's what I used to come on here and bitch about things. And I'm just like, I don't want to even do that, even if it gives me views or whatever, because inside it makes me feel worse after I go complain and kvetch all day about something, you know what I mean? Then later after that, like after a blog that I've been rambling, ranting and raving, I'm not in a good mood. I'm in a very negative, nasty mood for the rest of the day. And so like I said, one older lady, told a story where, someone cut her off and she was following him and she wanted to see who was, and then she backed off from it and realized like, why am I wanting to know like who this guy is, so I can, remember him and, judge him and stuff. Just that negativity, just like let it go, and it's a lot for me and Rich because we used to be really positive, okay? We were not always negative, believe me. We were so positive online for years, and then we got bashed down that we started to get more and more negative. So when we first kind of started doing any sort of social media was 2016, and we just were like bubbly, and we were, sharing everything with our life and just having a great time doing the Periscope, and then we went to the cave, that was 2018, and then about 2019 when we did the Raider Nation thing, and we got attacked so bad online. I mean, I'd never experienced that. I mean, we went viral, but in all a negative way, which was shocking to us because we didn't think we made a great song. We just were trying to have fun, and the feedback was just horrific of like the negative. I mean, there was positive stuff too. We got like retweeted by Barstool Sports. That's how it kind of went viral, but the negativity was a lot for us. And I think ever since then, and then the pandemic happened. So then that was all negative, and I was complaining about that they had the casinos closed for 78 days. So our, kind of like our social media became a negative thing. You know what I mean? Like complaining and, finding, problem with everything. And now I'm seeing other people do it online and I don't like it. Like I was for a while being negative about Vegas, and I'm actually starting to feel positive about Vegas again. And I don't want to be negative, but I'm not, it's not even forced. It's like it is starting to kind of like turn around, but it is my attitude too. That helps, but I'm noticing like the people that are now, everybody's saying how terrible Vegas is on a lot of the things, especially on YouTube. There's a lot of people that just, Vegas this, Vegas that. And I'm just like, stop being bagging on Vegas. Like even like that, I'm like, stop bagging on Vegas. Stop bagging on each other, Stop like having your whole blog be about another person where all you're doing is saying negative things about them. And even if you're being positive, that could be weird if it's like, well, you're just like a stalker. So it's like, nothing you want to just talk about yourself, but if your whole thing is just like all about another person, that's not really learning about yourself in any way. You know what I mean? You're just talking about someone else, which, I guess like celebrities are much more interesting than just regular people. That makes sense. But when it's a regular person, it's like people aren't that much more interested in that person than yourself. You know what I mean? So you might as well have your social media be not this like where you're just telling your life story or whatever. I mean, I do. That's not interesting. But I mean, just something where it's positive, where it's like, I don't know, teaching people things or something. I mean, or like, like showing cool things, instead of like I don't like the ones where it's the entire channel is just negative. It's like, I just feel like that's not good for the person or for the viewers. You know what I mean? And you can see the negativity breeds negativity, so the most negative channels have the most negative people around them too. You know what I mean? And they just kind of feed off each other. But I'm noticing, like, when I go to my meetings in the morning, like, I laugh every single meeting, like, really, really laugh. And it's been a long time since, like, I really laughed. And, like, I really genuinely, like, I'm smiling the whole meeting. I'm in a really good mood. And it's been a long time since I felt that way, too. And I feel like this is how I used to feel before I kind of, like, got beat down by society, in a sense. You know what I mean? Because, like, it's weird how much me and Richard, like, aged and grew up in a short time where we should have already been more mature. But from, like, 2016 to, like, 2018, we were, like, still, like, kids, And then about 2019, like, when the pandemic hit and when we went to New York, like, we grew up really, really fast. And then moving in here, we had to kind of step up and be more adult. And I, have had my moments over the last year, but overall, we've had to be much more responsible than we ever were in the past. Because, we're taking care of Gordon and Annette, and I'm taking care of the whole household and stuff, so it's like, when it was just me and Rich, we could just leave anytime we want, we could move anywhere, we could, we were very, whatever, we live in a cave, but we can't do stuff like that now, because Gordon and Annette rely on us. And we don't want to be like that anymore anyways, because I'm almost 41 and Richard's 57, so almost 58. So, it's interesting to see, though, the other thing that changed besides growing up is I became negative. So it was like, before I was like positive, happy, go lucky, and then it was like with kind of growing up, I just sourpuss kind of thing. And I'm like, just because I kind of grew up doesn't mean I have to be a grump.
Hi, Misa says hello.
Hello, Misa.
Hi, Misa.
So that's kind of the way I've been viewing it. You know what I mean? It's like, not that you have to act like a ridiculous. So like, when I drank, I acted like a child. Okay, you don't have to go to that extreme. Like that's one extreme, but you don't also have to act like a fuddy-duddy. And especially when you're sober, if you're like me, you tend to become more fuddy-duddy. But you don't have to be that way, you know what I mean? And so that's what I'm really enjoying with the meetings is, I don't know, just getting like a more positive outlook. And I love the meetings. So the one we go to actually has a handful of women, but it's primarily men. And it's primarily older men. And thank you for the compliments. And I love these older guys because they remind me of my grandpa. One guy's even from the Bronx. I talked to him yesterday, and he talks just like my grandpa did. And he's about probably my grandpa's age. My grandpa died when I was young, but like probably be older than that now. But anyways, I fit in. I don't know if it's because I was in the Air Force or whatever. Like I just something about like with these old men and their war stories. I guess Richard wants me to go to the veteran one. I'll fit in too well there. I just know that. Even I'll be like the youngest for sure, but I'll still, I don't know. I'm a fuddy-duddy sometimes I fit in so good with the old people. I was like, I'm still debating on my sponsor because I can't decide which woman I want from the meeting. Because I really want the older ladies, but they say you should have someone closer to your age. But I got my eye on several people. The two that I wanted don't show up to the meeting enough. So I'm like, I don't know if that's good. If I want someone that comes, not that I just want, yeah. Because I want to be able to talk to her a couple of more times before I ask her. But anyways, but yeah, I need to get a sponsor as well. But other than that, everything's going good. I've been reading my book. Richard got me the daily inspirations, and I have the big book. So I read the daily inspirations every morning before our meeting. We read it on the way to the meeting, and then I've been reading out my big book throughout the day. But I'm really loving it. I feel really good about it, and it was Annette's recommendation, but it's not like she was the one who came up with it. I had been in AA when I was 22 to about 26 or so, and then Richard had been in AA from the time he was like 19 to like 29 or something like that, or yeah, for 10 years. Yeah, so it kind of just came right back to us, but I think we're both taking it much more seriously this time. So than when we were younger. And you see the younger people and you do wonder, you hope that they'll stick with it, but the chances are they'll probably take a couple more times because when you're young, it's very easy to be like, oh yes, I'm never going to drink again, but then life happens, and you get older and you probably end up, it happening a couple more times and then you end up going back. That's what a lot of people talk about, how many times it took them to kind of get it to stick. So I feel like it's really working this time for me and Rich. Like we both just feel like, and people are so nice to us. Like it's almost weird, and they're not being fake. Like, and we've gone to a lot of meetings, and they are so nice at every meeting, and then we feel bad when we don't go back to some of them because like we're like, oh, we I know we need to go back to two of them that we haven't been to in a minute but we love our 7 a.m. one.
Yeah.
It's just our favorite meeting.
It is.
And we've been so busy that we can't go. From the beginning, we were going to quite a few a day, but we've been so busy that we can only usually go to like 1 or 2 at most a day. But we love that morning one. So and there's other good morning ones too, but that one they were so connected with that group. I mean, they're always like, you're back. You get hugs from everybody, but it's weird how no matter where you go, as far as what I hear from everyone else and what I've experienced and going to 3 different states and tons of different meetings. When I first went to oh my gosh, I would go to like 6 meetings a day when I was 22. I had nothing else to do after work, so I would go after work. So I worked in real estate, and I also had to go to treatment for like 4 years because I got a DUI, and I would go to meet. The rest of the night would be all meetings, like till like some of them went till like 2 a.m., which was great because I was going to the bars for that time. So I would just sit there. There was one place, it was in Vancouver, Washington, that it just had meeting after meeting. So you could just sit there, and they were only I think like 15 minutes apart. Where some places they were a lot more spread apart. So I would just sit and go the next one, and they went all night, like till like 2 a.m. But I also would go to other meetings too. That wasn't just at that place. But that place was great if you just wanted to sit there. But then I would go to ones in Portland too. And so that's how I'd been to ones in Oregon. But this one is my favorite, the one we go to in the morning here. And I don't know. I'm so adapted to these people. And for a second, I even was like getting embarrassed because this is a much more sophisticated meeting. So we've been to the ones where it's more rougher, I guess you'd call it, in a rougher area. And then now we're going to one, that's in a really nice area. And so we have the most beat up car, even though we have a Mercedes, but from what I did to it, like several people have like looked at it and we're so embarrassed. We're like, oh God. Yes, we are the rejects here. Kind of, but everyone's supposed to. But everyone has like really nice vehicles. One guy's got like a Bentley and stuff. People come on the Zoom. They're like in these really nice houses. We're like, can you imagine if we ever did the Zoom from our house? Oh my God. We would never do that. I don't even want to do the Zoom. I like going in person. I love going in person, actually. I just love it. Like, I always loved it. I don't know why I ever stopped, honestly. Actually, I do know why. There was this guy I ended up dating when I was younger, and we broke up, and he was, like, stalkerish. And he went to all the meetings, like, looking for me all the time, and I was like, I'm not going to meetings anymore. I was like 26, I think. Something like that. I don't even know. It's been a minute.
User's mom says, "Good morning, Joy."
Good morning, everybody. I miss you guys. I really did. We were definitely blogging too much to where we weren't getting other things done, but we weren't getting the things that that stack up, like the lawsuit with the Porsche. Like things that that have been like on the back burner, like or little things. We have tons of those little projects, but also with me going to New York so much in the last year. It was very difficult to ever get caught up on anything with, it was helping financially, but it was messing me up so much physically that I was taking forever to like recover and then I'd go back and then I'd have to recover again. So I'm really getting some real, missing memories for New York, but I still feel it's not the right thing to go. And I'm also very thankful I'm not there right now with the storms going on. So I would have already been home. I was supposed to be there the 7th through the 13th. It was going to be a shorter trip. But I canceled that trip, and I missed out on the plane tickets. I mean, we had to eat that, But it didn't seem right. I would not have been able to stay sober. I know I would not have. And I made the decision that we were going to just trust God, And we like to say trust the force, too. It's always been our thing. Trust God, trust the force. That since I'm making my sobriety the most important thing, that God will provide. And so far so good. Like it's been amazing. And we did get caught up on the big bills. There's a handful of little ones, we have so many credit cards because of, getting like those little things. We got to start consolidating those because there'll be ones that are like, due so often. Little payments, but if you miss them, then you get a late payment, those things start stacking up. But all of our big major bills are taken care of without me going to New York, which it was getting where I was having to do things like the big bills I could only handle when I went to New York kind of thing, you know what I mean? So it would be like, they would almost stack up, like sometimes we'd get almost behind on some of and then we'd be like, pay them all off when I would go to New York, and then when I come back, they'd start to stack up again, they pay. So that's why I was going like every other month, so that nothing got too far behind, But we're paying so many late fees on things too, for a lot of things, like, because they were being paid within the month but late, and then you don't have money, and then you have these late fees. So we finally even paid off a bunch of late fees. Oh, okay, good. Okay, good. So the guy is here about the car, so we'll see. Talk to him about the key, but yeah, I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. But it's really good that I actually stopped going to New York, because I don't think we could have ever kind of like moved forward. It was like, it just kept kind of going.
Actually, I'll use it.
No, you can use this one. I don't need any more. Here, take this one. I'll take my headphones out. Yeah. It was like we were going in circles with me, keep going to New York, and you guys were seeing that. I mean, people were saying, oh my gosh, you're sober, and then you're drinking again, and sober, and drinking. And it was, a circle. And I love going to New York. That's the problem. And not for the drinking part. Like, I hate that the drinking is an issue for me there, because it prevents me from being able to go as of right now. I think, in the way out, maybe, but I don't even know if I'll need to. I'll only go if I need to, and so far I haven't had to. So, but it was really scary when we canceled that trip, because we didn't know if it was going to work out, like at that point. Like, and we were behind on the bills, and it was like, okay. And our only option was LA, and we were going to do that. But then it's worked out so far. But we might still go this coming weekend, but we're seeing how this week goes. And so we're just playing every day by ear. But New York is definitely not an option for a really long time, like a really long time, if ever again. And I do get a little sad. Like, I was looking at, they had so much on the weather, because there's storms everywhere, and they were showing New York, and I saw people posting, all the snow in New York, and it looks so beautiful, and I miss it. But then I go, oh man, when you're there during that time, it's not so fun. It's beautiful, but it is cold. Where it's not pleasant cold. Like, it's cold where you're like, I want to be inside, even though it's beautiful out here. I want to go back inside. And that's where it kind of sucks, because you're like cooped up a lot when it's really cold in Manhattan, because you walk everywhere, for the most part. Most people do. And you don't feel like walking in that weather, like when it's that cold, when they have one of these like insanely cold storms that come through. I mean, because it's not comfortable. Like, any part of your body that's not covered is uncomfortable, even if it's just like I'll put my scarf over my nose. I'll even have to put sunglasses on, even if it's like dark. But it's like, because even like your eyes will get cold, and I'll have like on a beanie. I'll have on like, back then I would have like headphones too, which would keep me extra warm. So now I do the earbuds, but I'd put so almost like earmuffs, and then I had like on so many layers, a jacket, I had on boots, I had on jeans, I had on gloves, I had every part of my body, and it would still be like, you can barely make it to your hotel, and it's like windy and cold, and I'm like, but then those are also just like really fun, wonderful memories. So it's one of those mixed bags of like how I feel. That's why it's really hard for me to not go to New York too, because I love New York, but I don't want to deal with what New York was creating anymore for me, if that makes sense. Like, and I would love to be like, oh, I'll just go to New York and just stay sober. And I'm like, there will be a time that I will be able to do that, but it's not right now. Like, and I try to think about it, because I was like, even right now, I'm like, could I go to New York? And I'm just like, I just don't think I could. And I'm not going to risk it if it's a thing, When I know I can go, then I'll consider going. And it might not even be applicable then. I might not even need to go. But, because I'm not going to go if I don't need to go. As much as I love New York, I'm not going for entertainment. As much as I love New York, it's not like I'm not going to like, hey, let me just go and have a trip to New York. I'm going for work. So if it never comes up again. That'll be fine, but I will be a little sad just for not getting to go back. But I've gone so many times, and there's been so many wonderful memories in New York, and there's been a lot of not so good memories too. So I've had quite a vast variety that I would be okay with not going, but I do have a fondness for New York in my heart always, because that's where my mom's from. But let me think. What else has been going on here? I've been sleeping a lot, which I get mad at myself for that. But I'll, in the morning I'm really busy. Like we go to the meetings, I've been working a lot in the morning, and I clean up and I do all the chores in the morning. But then come evening, which, you guys always kind of see me that way, but I've really been going to bed early. And I do get on myself sometimes about that, because I'm someone that I feel like if I sleep too much, I'm being lazy. But I am reminding myself that I'm, still in the first 30 days. So just give myself that space to just kind of let my body heal. Because I was pretty hard on my body in the last year. It was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of havoc. So that's a hard thing for me, because I feel like I've just been really lazy lately. I mean, I've been doing a lot of stuff at the same token too, but then when I'm not, I feel like I'm just right back to oh, let me go lay in bed. Where for years I was actually someone that would wait pretty long to ever get back in bed, and now I'm but the last couple of days have been better. I feel like I'm starting to get more motivation to maybe want to do other things. While I was kind of in that drinking phase, that's really all that was interesting me, was when can I drink? When am I going to drink? Or can I just try to, white knuckle it and not drink? Where now I want to get back to doing other things. So, because me and Rich used to do a lot of things, not things necessarily that cost money, just little projects, projects, or maybe we go and, check out some things in Vegas where that we just film it, for post it or something. Like Richard likes doing, we've been doing the guitar where we go drive down there, and usually just when we're down there. But if we happen to be close to there, he's like, oh, let's go buy the guitar. But little things like that are fun for me and Richard that don't cost any money besides maybe a little bit of gas, but we don't make a whole trip down there. It's just if we're already down there. So when I find that I'm really focused on an addiction, I don't want to do anything. Nothing sounds fun. Nah, not even that. Richard will be oh, I need to go film the guitar. Or because that was in the beginning when they first started doing it, I was still kind of in that mode. But now this last month we've been filming it pretty often. So what are we gonna do? Is he?
I'm gonna tell it to Daniels right now since he's here, and I'm gonna have a locksmith key it down there at Daniels. I said, look, it's between. I mean, you guys are the last two guys to deal with it.
Frustrating.
Right?
So is he?
What do you want me to do? I mean, I gotta do something.
Is he taking the car right now?
Well, he's calling Daniel. We're trying to figure it out. What do you want? What do you want him to do?
You gotta decide on this.
Should I just have him get it keyed later?
Does Daniel need the key to diagnose it?
Yeah, he said he does.
I don't know what to do then. It's up to you. Yeah, I would say. Problem is all this stuff costs money, and we're very short on money. So we're trying to make this as affordable as possible. But it needs to be done within a certain amount of time, is our thing. And we've already put it off quite a bit, so we can't put it off much longer. Or it's past the time that we can sue this guy. So that's why it's it's bad timing. And then we need some maintenance done on our other car too right now, so it's bad timing. And then if I was still going to New York, I'd be oh, I'll just take care of it and go to New York. So things like that, but we just gotta trust and have faith, Actually, the topic today was, trusting in God. And I grew up very religious, Christian. My parents were youth pastors. They both went to Bible college. And they were the valedictorian was my dad, and my mom was salutatorian in Bible college. They were all, they knew the Bible front to back. But they also, made us missionaries when we were kids. We lived in Mexico when I was 3, and then I was a missionary to China and Hong Kong when I was 15 for a month. So Now I'm very different in my upbringing. But I think there was a point that I kind of like, I don't know, didn't believe in God for a minute. So me and Rich used the Force as, that was easier because that seemed like the Jedi thing. But it's the same thing, you know. So I'm just kind of getting back into that. I don't know, just like, I think I was angry at God for a bit or something, you know, where I just kind of like rejected it. So that's, you know, a lot of people struggle with that when they first are getting sober, because I think when you're, you know, kind of shutting out the world by doing something like alcohol or drugs. To me, it was always alcohol. People always thought it was drugs. To me, it was just alcohol. That was enough for me. Alcohol was, like, for me, like, it's really, like, that is my vice, like, that I struggle with the most is alcohol. Like, that's my thing. You know, people have their thing. Mine is alcohol. And I'm a true alcoholic, so I have to avoid it. Because once I have alcohol, I become a different person. And I always knew that about, I was actually talking to Rich about that yeah, that was even before my mom died. I struggled with that, where like I was the one that would throw up on people or pass out first. I mean, I was always, you know, people having to take care of me. Even when I was first started drinking, I was very in the Air Force. But so I never got into any other thing really. You know what I mean? Because that was my thing. You know what I mean? You know, I dabble in a handful of other things, but not, that wasn't ever my thing, you know? So, that is my biggest struggle. You know, I don't know why alcohol is so much for me. Maybe because I'm Irish and part Native American, and I know usually both those nationalities struggle quite a bit with alcohol, commonly. And, you know, it runs in my family too, but I don't know. But alcohol is the thing that I struggle with. And so when I take that away, my life goes pretty smoothly. Because I like to be a healthy person. I like to be active. You know, I'm not lazy. You know, I like cleaning. But when I add alcohol, I just, everything else goes away. Like, I just barely get anything else done in the bare minimum, you know. And so when I was this last year, when I was going so often in New York, when I would come back, like, it would kind of just take the time in between for me to kind of just get things kind of back to normal again, because I was taking, you know, I was sleeping a lot and stuff. That then, like, we were never getting, like, more projects done on the house. So I hope this year we'll get a lot more projects done. And it is primarily my fault, but not fully my fault in the sense of, like, I was going to New York for the family, you know, and I was successful. You know, last trip wasn't the best, but I always did make money, you know. And we needed that last year. Whereas maybe this year it'll work with Vegas, but if not Vegas, then Vegas and LA. But I really don't want to go to New York for a really long time, even though I really miss it. So it's just one of those things. But what's nice now is I felt when the New York thing was, you know, us kind of doing it our way, and now we're kind of going to let God lead us, you know. And people go, oh, yeah, you guys are heathens, or whatever. Who God? Well, God loves everybody, so there you go. And you don't get to judge who he loves and doesn't love, because he loves everybody. But, yeah, it's nice to feel, it feels like we're doing what we're supposed to be doing right now. You know what I mean? Like, it might be not what other people are telling us to do, or they're saying, get a different job, get a job. We're doing what we feel is right for our family right now. And, you know, eventually it's you know, it's in a transition, it's changing. But when I was drinking, that clearly was not right. You know what I mean? So, the universe and God was giving me a lot of clues. Like, when I would wake up with a million injuries and, you know, looking terrible and, you know, regretting stupid things that I had done, you know, waking up in bushes and things, you start to realize, maybe God's trying to tell me this isn't working, you know what I mean? So that's really obvious, but it's not so obvious to the drunk. But You keep trying to force it. But I know for me, now that I've stopped drinking, things are just going a lot smoother. And I start to worry, and then I go, I'm just gonna, let go, let God kind of thing. My mom used to always say that. But it is very calming. So I was so like high strung before because I was like, trying to, juggle everything, and then also fit in my addiction in it where it didn't fit ever. So I don't know. I just feel really good this year. So far, it's been a really good year for us, 2026. And, we had our wedding anniversary, 12 years on the 1st. So that was cool. And Nat's birthday was on the 5th. We went bowling. We really want to take her bowling again, but the problem is we've been pretty skimpy on the pennies here where we're having to just fit in what's necessary for survival right now until we figure out all this stuff. Yeah, we had and then this darn Porsche thing, it puts a wrinkle in our...
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. You want to take him for a minute?
Yeah, I'm just going to take him and wind it down. I'll show
All right.
you guys what we're dealing with
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, is he still towing it right now?
They're towing it.
Yeah, I showed him.
I love Joey talking about her stuff. She's so honest. Oh, that's the thanks, Michelle.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate the really nice comments. And nice checking in with you guys. All right, go check out the Porsche.
All right, let's go check out the Porsche real quick. See what's happening. Tow truck driver just left. But yeah, we have to. The issue with this particular car is we need a key for it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go on my Yelp. Man, what if it just fell somewhere? Wouldn't that be cool? Me and the tow truck driver looked while Joy was on the phone out there if there's any other place that could have. All right. So let's check the Yelp. See if it's working. What I'm doing right now, guys, is I am currently looking up the on Yelp. I'm using they have an AI thing that will basically Silver State Locksmith. No, I just called them. Yeah. Okay, let me call this guy back.
Good morning, Silver State Locksmith. How can I help you?
Yes, hello. I was returning the call. Someone was called me back and said that I was looking for a key for a classic car.
Oh, okay. What
It's a 1976 Porsche 911S.
Where's 911S? Give me 1 minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right. So unfortunately, we don't do these.
Oh, it's too old? Okay, no worries.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
It's too old for them. They don't work on this. We'll see about these other guys. That's what I was thinking, Michelle. Why can't we just do that? Let me find out. But can we just change the ignition and have a whole new key set made for that? It seems like it's a pretty simple wiring thing, yes or no? Sorry, I don't know if that sounds very polite. Let me see. Yes. I'm going to ask the mechanic right now. Can we just change the ignition and have a whole new key set made for the car? I better not say it seems like a simple wiring thing. I'm sure that's just what they hate. I mean, someone who has no idea how to work on a car saying, oh, that seems really simple. Can we just change the ignition and have a whole new key set made for the car? Let's find out. Hold on, I'm gonna get my mail real quick. All sorts of fantastic mail today, guys. Yeah, find an old school mechanic. This guy was an old school mechanic, and that's who we first started working on our cars with because my mom found him years ago, and he gave her a good deal because she'd pay cash, and he just kind of gave her a good deal. But then he got, like, you know, as you get bigger and more successful, he got himself he does all Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department now. Does all the mechanic work on their cars. So he's pretty busy. So but he still has. Okay, thank you. He says that's way too expensive, Michelle, to do it that way. He said it'd be way too expensive. He said it'd be way too expensive to switch out the ignition. I don't know how much an ignition costs and a key set costs. I have no idea. Okay, hey, got my tax stuff coming in. Look at that. It's tax season. My dad was an accountant. So, okay, he's going to work on that. We'll get a locksmith out here today, and then I've got some other stuff I got to do right now, unfortunately, so I got to get going. But you know, you take care of these tiny little things, you know, throughout the day. and it really helps out your anxiety levels when you deal with, you know, little things. Have a mobile locksmith come and make a key. Yeah, I think that's Tammy. Thank you. I think that's exactly what we're. I got some bids out right now. It's such a shame because this is something that shouldn't have happened. It's that tow truck driver. I mean, honestly, because he was the last one to have it between these guys. And I'm being pretty cool. I mean, because I need them to work on it, you know. So I can't be all like, you know, like, hey, you guys lost my key, pay for it, you know. I think I'm being. I mean, I hope they realize that I'm being cool. I don't know if they know that. I'm sure they do. They're not, whatever. I mean, because how would we have lost it? Because if they gave us the key back, we'd put it on the key ring. And plus, it's literally where it was when they last saw it. So, one of those things, life happens, and I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm not gonna. We don't have time to point fingers. We don't have time to play the blame game. If that makes sense to any of you guys. Okay. Oh, Joy's in here, Clayton in here. Okay. I got the mail. Smith come out, Daniel says, so he's calling it out right now. So irritating because I was telling these guys, like, those were the guys that lost. Were the guys say and blame. Oh, okay. I was just telling you I was just telling her what we were saying. Yeah, keep the good attitude. Okay. Good is a must. Life happens, you know. You can't get too worked up over stuff. We haven't played guitar in a while, so why not bust it out? Huh?
Are you still using the other phone?
No, where is it?
Where'd you leave it?
I don't know. I think it probably might be outside.
Here?
I don't know. I don't know. See if we can find it. I know. Can you believe that, gobbledygook? We've had more key problems on this channel than I care to remember. Did you find it? Yeah. Okay. Huh? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So that was my mechanic. He's calling somebody to come and directly, basically fix, a guy who makes Porsche keys. Of course, everything I do is like 5 times more than the average person. It's always been like that. I know. I'm just jamming. I'm just letting out my emotions now. I'm typing in tongues now. Art set to. Oh man, you guys are the best. You guys are the best. Okay. Back to the Future, Marty McFly. Man, you call me Doc Brown, I don't even have my hair down. That's crazy. Let me play something different. I want to play something different. My mind, I'm just stressed out right now. I'm just whacked out in my mind. Just crazy. You know, there's so many things on my plate at the moment. So, you know, just gets a little stressful. It's like Led Zeppelin, but wrong. It's like wrong. It's like wrong Led Zeppelin. Hey, brother. Yeah, but I need an echo. I need more feedback.